Namaste everyone. Welcome to Warm TV. My name is Ashish. Namaste everyone. My name is Ashish. I welcome you all on Warm TV. From today's, we are starting a series called Changemakers. And in this series, we invite the global changemakers, CEOs, entrepreneurs, MDs, and CMOs to talk about his journey and all this about himself. Today, we have someone from Bhutan. Meet Mr. Jurmay Chophel, CEO of Sherza Ventures Limited. It's an omni-channel business of retail, wholesale in Bhutan. Bhutan, surprise, no? No. Bhutan is one of the most happiest country of the world. Can I have Mr. Jurmay Chophel? Welcome, Mr. Jurmay.
Hi
Welcome.
Ashish. Thank you.
And
Thank you for inviting
welcome
me.
to One TV. Uh, Today's host Shreya, but she's joining us in some time. Okay. May I have Shreya?
Sure.
She's ready. Okay. Yeah. Hi,
Yes,
Shreya.
hi everybody.
Yeah. So Shreya, I was describing something about Bhutan because when people say about Bhutan, it's a small country, but there are some amazing things about the Bhutan. First, it is one of the most happiest country of the world. Okay. The government of Bhutan, they do a particular job, taking care not only their citizens' material indicators, but also of the spiritual livelihood. For example, a country's economy can be developed and measured by their wealth and everything. But in Bhutan, the story is something different. That is why I thought we should have someone from the Bhutan and let the people know about the Bhutan, their people, their business, everything about Bhutan. So it's Jurmay.
Yes.
Looking forward to the conversation, Jurmay.
Yes,
Sure.
yes.
Thank you once again, Shreya and Ashish, for inviting me. As you said, Bhutan is a very tiny Himalayan country. So it has a very less population of about 700,000 plus. So the rightly said, the guiding principle of development is GNH. It's called gross national happiness. So
Right.
having said that, we are also, it's not that money doesn't play a big role in our country. It does. It is necessary. But having said that, majority of our population, you would find surprisingly that money may not necessarily be the biggest influencer of their life. So, having said that, it is absolutely a beautiful country, and we are privileged to be living in this country. And I hope it remains like that.
Exactly. And one of my friend, Shreya, when we posted about this event yesterday, one of my friend they have sent two pointers about Bhutan. I would like to say about this. They have said seven things about Bhutan. First, they manage spiritual and material happiness equally, right? Which I described before. Second thing, they have among the fastest growing GDP in the world. I really did not. I mean, I don't know how much it is true. Like they have said that this is the fastest growing GDP in the world. Third thing, they don't care about TV, radio, or the internet. Chinese people, they don't care about TV, radio on the internet. Fourth things, 50% of the country is protected as a national park. I mean, just imagine, and half of the India is a national park. Okay. Number fifth, they are mostly Buddhist. So their way of thinking, karma and incarnation and everything. Seventh thing, they actually measure their own happiness. This is a very amazing thing. Bhutan, they measure happiness. And the seventh things, they live where they live is gorgeous. It's a place where is situated in the Himalayan mountains and well over 60% of the country under the untouched. And things is very fascinating thing. Gap between normal people and the royalty is not that far. Here in India, okay, I mean, I should say or not, I don't know, but in Bhutan, gap between normal people and royalty is not far. You can, mix and, and second, ninth thing, they are well rested. Got 9 hours of a sleep every day, 8 to 9 hours. Because of that, they are happy people.
And makes me very jealous, Ashish. Makes me very jealous, especially the sleep and the happiness and the jungle parts. Keeping it the national park and sustaining it like that. I think it's a message to the rest of the planet. I think that's what the future needs, and I think Bhutan's a fine example of that.
Exactly. So let's sure. It's your show. I'm nothing yet.
Because it sounds like a fairy tale, so I need to correct a bit on this. The forest coverage is about 50%. The forest cover in actual it's 70% above. I think it's approximately 74% should be covered in forests. At present, also it's above 74%. I think it's because we have less population. We have approximately around 46,000 square kilometer of the country area is approximately 46,000 kilometers. So it's pretty small compared to India. So forest cover is absolutely there. We really respect the biodiversity. We respect nature. We respect the wild animal is well protected. Those things are there. Having said that, about the TV, radio, and all in villages and all, I don't think they care much. But in the urban societies, the influences has started coming. But obviously, the youths are being taken care, and also I hope that the majority of the urbanites will also take care of. The influence of the Western media or whatever we call. And also, Buddhism plays one of the biggest role in our culture. So the 10 Commandments, people think about, I would say, entrepreneur like me, we have to think about money, of course, but also we have to think about the social aspects as well. But the majority of the population, as I told you, they think about afterlife, They think about karma. That's why the 10 Commandments has a huge impact in our culture.
Enlightenment, and reincarnated as a better creature.
Those
reborn.
Those things are there in the majority of the people. Yes, and last but not the least, very important is our beloved kings whose farsighted has taken us thus far and also kept the country on the right path, I would say. And then also we wish that this peace and tranquil, and then also the prosperity continues.
Yes, we can start with the question and answers about the business and everything.
So so Jurmay, I'm actually going to hand over the screen to you for some time so that you can talk a little bit about your personal life, your personal journey, and then go on to talking about your entrepreneurial journey and what the business does. And the topic obviously is deeply connected to omni-channel marketing. So a little bit about that, and then I'll start off with my side of questions that I have for you.
Sure, Shreya. Thank you. I come from the eastern part of Bhutan. I have graduated from one of the colleges within Bhutan only. At that time, it was the only college that we could graduate from. And then now we have a few more colleges. And the college was affiliated to Delhi University. And
Okay.
then I graduated as a BCom major, BCom honors. After completing my graduation, I joined a private company, which was a hospitality industry as a cashier. Then I got into income auditing in the same company. I worked there for around 1.5 years approximately. Then after that, I got the opportunity to work in one of the cement company. That was a cement project, and fortunately, I got selected as a project coordinator. There, I worked approximately around 7 years as a project coordinator. Once the project was completed, then I changed the department to marketing. I was heading the marketing department for approximately one and a half year there as well. So I've completed approximately around 8 years of my career in corporate sector. Then I finally decided that I would like to do my own business, and then I resigned in 2013 and started a partnership business with my brother, who is also right now in the same company that we have started. As a partnership, we did all kind of job because it's a small country. We cannot focus in one because it's a small market. So we were into construction, we were into transportation and raw material sourcing for the factories. So after 2 years, that was 2015, we uh, we decided to incorporate and make the company private, and the company was incorporated in 2015 as a private limited company. And then after 4 years, now obviously it looks very fast, but after 4 years of toiling, we incorporated, we floated an IPO, a small IPO of around 247 million, out of which approximately 35% got subscribed. And
Great.
we
Great.
converted the company public in 2019. And that's how I'm heading currently. Myself and my brother is the promoter, as well as I'm heading as a CEO of the company right now. And it has
Great.
been
Great.
around 10 months, approximately 10 months after the company got incorporated as a public limited company. So here we are, and sharing my story journey.
And thank you,
Nice.
Jurmay. I think that's very interesting and intriguing. And while a lot of our people are perhaps logging in mostly from India, I think what they would like to know is, I'm going to go back a little bit and ask you a little bit about Bhutan. We spoke about the country, we spoke about all of that, but
Sure.
what I want to get to know, and I think what our viewers would like to know, is glimpses of Bhutan. Tell us about the market. Tell us about
Mhm.
tourism. Tell us about the FMCG segment. How does business work in Bhutan? Tell us how the pandemic has impacted it. So a little bit about Bhutan and what the scenario is currently and the market itself.
Sure. Definitely, the pandemic has affected all the sectors, especially very badly would be the tourism sector. Is completely closed, shut down. The hotels are, hoteliers are suffering. The tourism, we have a system of, it's a guided tourism. You need to book through an agent. Those agents are having tough. Definitely, those agents are having tough time. Also, the guides, tour guides, and all. So they are out of jobs. So obviously it's been hard on tourism, I would say. Having said that, again, the construction sector has been affected, real estate is affected, even the schools are closed, so the restaurants, most of the sectors are affected, except I would say that FMCG, though affected, but yet, because we need to, the consumption has to be there, right? It's a basic needs, basic necessities for us. So FMCG is also affected, but not to that extent on the other like the other sectors. Tourism is one of the main source of income for Bhutan, especially when it comes to earning hard currencies. So that being affected, the economy would be hit bad, I would say. And FMCG sector on our industry that we work in, we have been affected in the way that we had a strategy, 5 year strategy built for till 2024. So that has been disturbed. We were to do some agreements, MOUs with some channel partners on the upstream front, especially from the Indian manufacturing sectors. So that has been delayed. So yet we are planning, we are thinking that if it's not going to stop, if it's going to continue like this, so we might have to get into some kind of import substitution sectors, whereby we get into small kind of cottage industries, whereby we try to produce internally to
Right.
uh, supply to the market. Yeah.
Right. So tell us, pre-pandemic, the scenario of how Bhutan is when it comes to businesses, investors, career planning, because Bhutan also has very aspirational ideologies around work and life balance and all of that. So I'm sure that careers, especially in context of businesses, investors, growth, etc. So what is the scenario like? Let's talk a little bit about the pre-pandemic world and what that was like.
Yeah. Shri, can you come again on the last part? The voice is not that clear, Shri.
Before
The
the
last part.
pandemic, before the pandemic, how was the scenario? How was the entire mechanism of business of investors? How is the investments into Bhutan looking like? And also about careers in Bhutan. If somebody was interested in looking at a career in Bhutan, then how is that scenario just before Corona hit us?
Mhm. I would say that on the investment front, most of the companies from Bangladesh, India, they have invested in IT sectors. We have one IT park whereby there are call centers, there are medical transcription centers, there are scan cafe scanning works are being outsourced, and then people work through that one. I see some kind of what do you call that, IT investments here in Bhutan, but not in a huge way. Obviously, hydropower has Indian companies have invested. Invested in the sense that there are a few contractors, big contractors like Jai Prakash, Hindustan company, HCL, then also Gammon India. All those are building our dams in Bhutan. So those are big major projects that they are handling. So from that sector, those are also infected. Obviously, affected by the pandemic. And when it comes to the investment on FMCG sector, I see some manufacturers can get into, because it's a free market, so they can, if they have superior products, they can get into the supply lines, distribution line, in collaboration with a company like ours, to give a better product and better prices in the market. Apart from that, the pre-pandemic scenario in Bhutan was mainly for tourism. Lots of Indian tourism, Indian tour agents and Bhutanese tour agents used to bring lots of Indian tourists in the country. Apart from that, I would say maybe this might look a little bit early, but India, if you see the location of our country, it's between China and India. So if you see, it's a big market. If you can manufacture and export into India, or we don't have any relationship with China, but that's I don't have any comments on that one. But India has been a long India and Bhutan has a long relationship of trade, and also a good relationship bilateral as well. So maybe an investment in manufacturing sector in Bhutan and then re-export into India or to the other parts of the world, where the investors can use maybe Bhutanese name. Some say that Bhutan has a good brand name in organic sector, so that could have been one sector that I feel that people of India or the other places can invest.
Great. Okay, so that's good news. And on that point, at that juncture, I think I'll come to you with my next question, which is completely connected to the business that you run, which is the omni-channel marketing construct. Tell us a little bit about omni-channel marketing first, and then I'll go into more detailed questions around the business and the strategy around it.
Sure. Omnichannel by itself, means we have tweaked the software that we use, and then also internal in-house software. Omnichannel, we run e-commerce, retail, and wholesaling. So by omnichannel, we mean we mean that not only on marketing, but on the other even operational front, whereby the the operation of the products that we are selling. If you are selling online, it is synced with retail and wholesale. So the the double punching, whatever the clericals are reduced. At the same time, our customers can also have that experience, the customer journey that we have mapped out. It's not a very Western concept that we are talking about, because Bhutan is a small market, so we have to make uh, the concept of the larger market doesn't apply here. We have felt and we have experienced. So we have made our own way of marketing. So we are talking about here that if you are our shareholders, then you'll be given a family card, and then that family card can be used in online. Same, if you have earned some points, that can be redeemed offline. And then if you are also a wholesaler, that's and also a shareholder, that we are planning to give the benefits of being our shareholders, our customers. So this kind of experience that we have created, and obviously we are gathering some data so that we can help them, give them best price and the service at the same time. So omni-channel here, it means we're talking about online and offline, the syncing, and then giving the experience and benefits to them.
Okay, so
I mean, to the
I think for
customers.
our viewers, let me see if I have understood this right. So an omni-channel strategy
Sure.
actually is unlike a multi-channel strategy, which is looking at multiple channels of marketing. An omni-channel strategy is looking at the sort of flow or the supply chain of products. So you basically look at what's online, what's retail, and what's wholesale, and then you sort of club them together and build a seamless experience to all the customers along this journey. Correct? That's my
It's a
understanding.
seamless.
Yeah.
I think they are providing the seamless customer experience to their customers. I mean, wherever the customer, the location does not matter.
Yes.
Okay, their customer journey is important. Okay, suppose I'm looking for some smartphone at my home. Okay, I'm going to my office. I'm just crossing a retail store, and some pop-up comes in my mobile. Okay, mobile which we are the smartphone which we are looking for last night, it is available here. Okay, online you may get 2 days. I mean, it will take 2 days. Okay, but here you can get the mobile right now at the same price.
So
It
exactly.
means,
So
yeah,
integrating the customer journey with the brand so seamlessly that it doesn't matter whether it's a retail store, an online format, or an offline format. You sort of make the journey between the buying process and the actual buying, or maybe even extend it to service, a very, very seamless and integrated process. Correct? I think that's fairly interesting.
True.
Yeah, go ahead, Jurmay. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah. When you say about the seamless, what you call customer experience, we like you said, not only we are thinking about about a fast food shop and a small medical pharmacies. So it's, I mean, we are trying to extend that facilities with the same card that you use it. It can be used online, it can be used for grocery, it can be used for buying fast food, and then at the same time pharmacies. So pharmacies and passport hasn't happened. So we are planning for that one. Maybe in coming months, we might be able to launch those two as well. We are planning, and then if the pandemic doesn't stop us, so these are the things that we are trying to get into. But Ashish's point, anywhere in the world it can be used, but right now our focus is only in one city right now. From that we want to grow into the country, and then slowly we can, if God forbids, if we grow bigger than that, then obviously we would like to export. We would like to serve to people staying outside as well, who are in Australia, in USA, and in any other part of the world.
Right. So now I'll talk to you a little bit about the customer experience journey. When you're looking at omni-channel marketing, what role does the customer experience journey play? Does it start there, and is that the starting point where the decisions are made through the entire process, or is the customer experience journey is what is arrived at the end of the programming or the strategy?
Yes, Shreya, again, your voice cracked at the end of the question. I'm sorry. Can you come again?
Tell us about the role of the customer experience journey as you formulate your omni-channel marketing strategy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, if I've understood correctly, you mean to say that how the customers experience those what we are trying to provide them, right? The services.
Yes.
Okay. So if the concept was like this. Now see, we wanted to create an ecosystem, an ecosystem of a business ecosystem whereby we wanted to take care of our customers, our employees, and also our producers. So when it comes to our customers, what we are telling is that those customers who are already our shareholders, so these are basic necessities they have to buy anyhow. So we are telling, why don't you buy from your own company, and then also you get the dividends. At the same time, you also get discounts on that. Not only discounts, we are planning in the future if there are any other items that are shortage in the market, but we have it with us, so we can first give the choice to our shareholders who are our customers, who are into the family cars. So that kind of experience that they will be getting, obviously. At the same time, the dividend is extra bonus. Having said that, since our shares are traded in the market, our shares are traded in Bhutan stock market. So obviously there is a capital gain in the shares that they have bought. So obviously it's a win-win situation. At the same time, we'd like our customers or shareholders not to sell their shares early, because obviously if the company grows, the share value grows. So this would be the thing that we are taking forward. It's a customer journey. At the same time, it's a family experience kind of a thing. And in a country like Bhutan, it's a small population, as I told you, and small market. So this kind of ecosystem has to be created. Otherwise, we cannot grow big, or any company cannot grow big. That's the reason why we went for IPO, actually. And having said that, the customer experience would be like any other, like in any other industries. We would like to give a best price with the best service, at the same time the right product at the right time. So these are the things that we are working towards for our customers.
Right. Now, when brands want to work with you, what is in it for the brands?
Mm-hmm.
What do brands get?
Brands for us, now here the ecosystem of the producers come into play. So every producers would like to achieve their sales target, right? They want to sell more. They want to sell to the right customer. So what we are telling is that in the relationship between buyers and sellers is a distrust. So someone wants to sell at the seller wants to sell at a higher price, the buyer wants to buy at a lower price, right? So we are telling that we ultimately the customers should benefit, not the middleman, and it should be a continuous process, right? So what we are telling is that the buyers who we will fulfill their sales target, we will pay them on time, and let us keep a good relationship with us. So that's why we are looking for brands like Nestle, Amul, Britannia, and also ITC. These are the companies that major 4 or 5 companies that the basic necessities, the markets has been dominated. So obviously for those kind of brands, we would like to work with them, partner with them. We don't want to give them trouble. We want to give them we want to fulfill their sales target. We want to pay them
Right.
on time, and then have a long lasting relationship, promote their brands. Not having said that, we don't
Right.
want to say that we want to ignore other brands, but whoever has a genuine brand, genuine products, which is not hazardous to our citizens, we would like to work with that. Having said that, we also would like to promote our own products. Import substitution is one of the biggest thing the company is looking for, because like any other country, the economy, we are a import driven economy. So we would like to help in our own way to substitute those imports, whichever is possible, and also try to promote export in the next 10 years time. That's our company's goal actually. So
Right. That's
I mean,
amazing.
the brands will get our support.
So imagine, so for a brand that's looking to invest, I think this is a great start because one, you're getting a customer base that's perhaps new, that's perhaps untapped, or perhaps isn't
Obviously.
already tapped to the full extent. Two, you get this entire trust relationship because you have somebody who's actually bridging the gap and you know
Mm.
empowering the customer and the brand by eliminating or reducing the involvement of the middleman. And then of course there's this entire dynamic around indigenous development of products and markets and things like that, which I think is very exciting for brands in some form. So in terms of benefit, I think there are so many benefits to the brands that are looking to go into or looking to find like a niche segment market. I remember that you spoke about when we were preliminarily talking also about consumer behavior in Bhutan. You said we may be fewer in
Yes.
population, but our consumption is higher. So, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. Sri, I missed 2 points on the earlier questions. I would like to add a bit,
Sure,
within a
sure,
minute.
Sure,
sure.
Like
go
you said,
ahead.
uh, though we are new in FMCG, especially after the IPO, we have our customer base built. I don't want to tell the numbers, but obviously we have a considerable number. I mean, to benefit the brands as well. At the same time, we are the only publicly traded company in trading sector. So no other FMCG companies in Bhutan is trading in the market. So if you want to raise funds, we can float, right shares. We can, call for additional funding support from our shareholders. So that's also there. Uh, Having said that, now on the consumption pattern that I shared, this is one experience that I have been. I have narrated to you before. This experience has been shared by one of the Indian marketers only, that we Bhutanese, consume in I would say in like for example, if it's detour soap, the guy was telling us that his experience that when one Indian finishes using one soap, Bhutanese will finish using 4 soaps. That was his market what you call experience. So maybe we are a little bit I would say a little bit careless in spending our money. But having said that, from the marketing perspective point of view, uh, especially on cheese consumption, on butter consumption, on all those basic necessities. The amount of rice that we consume is approximately 1.5 billion INR of rice consumption in 1 year, as per the stats. So the marketers who are around, around us, in India, they pretty pumped up to sell to Bhutan because of the high consumption that they see. So per capita consumption is a bit higher than the Indian population. That's what I meant to say last time.
Yeah, well, that's interestingly enough, I think a good proposition for brands, because if you're looking at the market, the numbers aren't always exactly the number of buyers available, but the consumption patterns are also equally important. So I think that's another
Yes, yes,
point
yes.
to take note of. Tell us a little bit about what the ecosystem is like for the seamless transaction process that you're building for brands and for customers alike, because you speak about the seamless ability to transact across platforms. So tell us about how the ecosystem in Bhutan is for now, in this context.
It's a pretty new concept, I would say, very very new concept that we got into. We got a good response from our shareholders. We have 1,000 plus family car holders, and it's growing. But the ecosystem as such, since it's a new concept, and also even the omni channel is a very very new concept here. Even it's an unorganized market actually. FMCG is a very unorganized market here, so we are one of the few trading firm trying to do an organized market, organize retailing, wholesaling, and then e-commerce. E-commerce is a very very early stage out. I cannot comment on that much on e-commerce, but we have been into the market for almost 2 years now. But retailing, I would say, the ecosystem that we concept that we have taken, it's just shaping up, I would say. Not many, I would say maybe 99% of the FMCG companies. I don't think they are into this one. We are one of the first. So it's quite challenging, Shreya. It's challenging at the same time. It's interesting. So we want to try it, and then I hope we are successful. The signs, the numbers that we are looking at, it's positive as of now. But as a
That's great, Jurmay.
community,
All
if
the
you
best.
go outside, sure, sure. Thank you. Mhm.
Yes, you were saying as a community, if you go outside, and I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, as a community, if you go outside of the capital city, the concept will take some time. It would take quite some time. But in capital city, this concept, the customer is the king. That concept has come into the city, but not in other places of the country. So no matter what, but we would like to serve our customer, whether they are in capital city or in other places. If the business is viable, we would like to expand into the other parts of the country. So that would be quite a challenge. But having said that, we would like to try, and then the numbers in the capital city is quite encouraging actually.
Right. Which now brings me to ask you a little bit about consumer patterns. You spoke about consumer patterns the last time, and you spoke about how food safety and healthy eating has caught on. So tell us a little bit about Bhutan's consumer pattern. Who's your, what is the mood like? And, currently, especially more in context of the pandemic, I'm sure there's more desire for healthy, organic, and things like that. So tell us a little bit about that.
The consumption pattern on the before and after pandemic, there are some changes. Uh, More of a basic. Before the pandemic, people used to buy all sorts of things. Now, when it after pandemic, people are trying to buy only the basic necessities. More of it when it comes to FMCGs, not whatever. I mean, the other items that they can live without. So basic necessities consumption has gone up, and also some kind of hoardings. I suppose they're trying to stock up things if there are some lockdowns in the future. We already
Okay.
had one lockdown, and then expecting maybe another lockdown. But that, I cannot comment on that one. But if it happens, so people are stocking on the basic necessities more than the other commodities right now.
Right. So I think that's a common thread that's running across. Yes, Ashish, did you have something to say?
Yeah, I said like we have some questions from audience side, so we can have some questions from audience.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Let me pull them up.
Like,
Sure.
yeah. One question from Jennifer.
Yeah, I'm
Can we
trying to
come to
look for the.
Bhutan to have holiday? Why not?
Yeah, on the, I'm not expert on that one, but I can answer on behalf of our tourism friends. As of now, no. I hope if that concept of that bubble tourism or something like that comes up, then
She
most
asked,
probably they might open up. But
uh,
right now, uh,
she has asked another questions. How Bhutan is
yes,
better in tourism than she has asked another question. How Bhutan is better in tourism than
okay,
Shimla, Sikkim, and Nepal? I'm coming for my honeymoon. Please suggest. And next thing is cost wise too. So
uh,
she is the one who is
I would
here
suggest.
to just making her plan for honeymoon. Please suggest her.
Okay. Yeah, I would suggest her to watch some vlogs, no videos on YouTube made by so many Indians. So that would be the best no, guide. I would say definitely it's. I cannot comment on Shimla, Darjeeling, Sikkim because Shimla I haven't been there. Having said that, I think the vlog would help her better, and also she can get in touch with any of our tour agents. The Tourism Council of Bhutan website. You go there, you shoot an email, they will reply instantly. So I would suggest that one for her because I'm not a tourism guy, so I cannot
Yes, yes,
fully
yes. I mean,
comment
see,
on that one. And then someone, yeah,
Miss Jennifer, please understand. He's a businessman. He's an entrepreneur. He's a CEO. And you're asking you're planning your honeymoon over here. But anyways, audience is the king. Huh?
yeah.
We have
I
another
think we
question
did
from.
quite clearly on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think to the audience, yes, I know it's very exciting to have somebody from Bhutan actually speak to us, but Jurmay's experience and expertise lies in entrepreneurship, in omni-channel marketing, in areas that are looking at markets, consumer patterns, and things like that. So we'd request you to stay in context. I've heard that happiness quotient in Bhutan is 100% of it is true. How do you evaluate it, and what difference does Bhutan do to achieve it? So what is it Bhutan doing differently to achieve the happiness quotient? That's an interesting question, because that also links back to brands can leverage this really, really well, especially in terms of narratives and storytelling. So I've heard that happiness ration in Bhutan, yes. So that's a question from
Hmm.
Misty Kushlan. So
Okay. I mean, again, I'm not expert on the happiness topic. Yet we have a philosophy of GNH in the country. So I would say Buddhism plays a big role in this one. And how do we evaluate, and then what difference Bhutan does to achieve it? So Bhutan as a country, I mean, we try to preserve our biodiversity, our natural habitats. Through that, at the same time, our culture adds into the religion, also adds into that factor. Having said that, now as I told you, majority of the Buddhist people may not run after the money, so maybe that keeps them a little bit happier than the other maybe developed countries, that I can say. But apart from that, there are lots of GNH principles instilled in our development philosophies. I cannot go in detail because I don't have that expertise. As I told you, I'm from a business background, so all those cultural factors, the biodiversity that we are trying to protect, the religion factors, and the philosophy that the government, the development philosophy that the government has installed, obviously it helps us in achieving that. But if you ask me, happiness is just a matter of choice,
Of mind.
and then I would say I'm happy. Yeah, that's it. I hope I have answered her question, but as I told you, I'm not expert on that one.
I
thank you,
understand. In
Jurmay.
India,
Yes.
we say happiness is state of mind. Okay, so जैसे भी हो, you have to be happy. That's it. Okay. One Shreya, one
Yes,
more questions from business perspective.
Yes, please.
Mr. Jay Hind, he asks, Jurmay, I want to do some investment there in technology side. How are the prospect? Okay.
on what side? On what side?
Technology. Actually, my question to you
Okay,
next was
technology.
that how is the technology space in Bhutan? Because a lot of interesting developments are happening in technology, especially currently. So, what's the market like? Investments? What do they look like? And how open to it are organizations and people?
Technology side, as I told you, we have a IT park here where the companies the foreign companies have invested. You can go into their website as well and then find out about it. Apart from that, I would say it is. If I can mention that or not, I don't know. But if it's in blockchain, I've gone through a bit of this blockchain mining and all. Electricity, we have cheap electricity here, so mining companies might be interested to look into it. Uh, I heard that mining takes a lot of energy, and then one of the major cost involved is electricity cost. So we have cheap electricity, so that mining, if the blockchain industry might be interested into, but I'm not sure whether it's allowed or not. I'm just giving my views on that one. Apart from that, the IT companies that I've mentioned, those are all the hire Bhutanese youths. They train them, and then they try to export I mean
I think his
output. I
questions.
mean,
I
what you
think
call.
I think his questions is context of that only. I mean, maybe he is a college professor from MIT college
Mhm.
professor, and he wants to start a startup in invest some startup in Bhutan. Okay, some kind of IT company over
Technology
there.
startup. Yeah,
Technology
technology
side,
startup.
technology startup. You are right. Okay, to get some
Mhm.
talent and what about the support from the government? Okay, that kind of stuff he wanted to ask. I mean,
we,
how is
we
better
we
if
do
he
have
moved from
some.
Pune to Bhutan?
There will be some immigration aspects into that one, obviously. But if you are going to do a startup, obviously the investment would be required. We have FTI policies in place, so he or she needs to get into the FTA policies first, look into what are the pros and cons of that one, and then at the same time you need to check the IT park. Those who are already into the country, who are running the business, can get some ideas from them as well. But I cannot comment on this one. Again, it's not my expertise
I
to
understand. I
comment
understand. So,
much, but I can.
is there any Mr. Jurmay, is there any single window system over there where anyone can go and contact the government officials and all sources? Because in India, in Maharashtra or any other part of India, there are single window system.
Mhm.
You're an investor, you go there, you give your plan. Okay, they will tell you how to go ahead. Okay, so uh, that's what you wanted to ask. What kind of arrangement in Bhutan?
Since we are not that
Okay,
we are not well versed with
understand, understand.
the
Yes, yes,
FDI,
yes.
foreign direct investment. I think the single window system is not present at the moment. You have to
Okay.
go to FDI, find out the possibilities, how to invest in Bhutan, and then get into the particular sector that you want to get into, and get the information and do the due diligence first, or get a partner and then ask from him or her, a Bhutanese partner.
All
Mr.
right.
Jurman,
All right.
we've put you in a spot because clearly our audience is very excited about Bhutan and
Mhm.
investment opportunities and everything. We're also perhaps asking you to stretch your personal experience and your knowledge of the country to actually answer a lot of these questions which are perhaps not directly linked to the work you do. But I think thank you so much for attempting to answer them and to actually give us a visibility into what the audience is requesting for and asking for. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I hope I'm
Ashish,
doing justice to the question.
yes, yes. And thank you for pointing us also in the right direction, so to speak. So we have another question. If I understand, Mr. Chophel, if the consumer buying capacity is higher in Bhutan, which industries do you see booming past 2021? Retail, technology products, or telecom?
Yes. It is also
This is
related
more
to
up your alley.
investment.
Obviously,
Yes. If someone having a few crores rupees in India, if he's sitting in Pune or Bangalore, if he's thinking, yes, Jurmay is there, so I can ask whether should I invest in Maharashtra, in Pune or India, or shall I go to Bhutan? Okay, what are the prospects? So, Mr. Jurmay, tell me.
I see, yeah, I see a cross between tech and retail. So retail is going tech. People are going online. Yeah, lockdowns happening. They want to remain safe. So tech and retail, I see growing. But having said that, telecom, we have two telecom companies here, and then
Hmm.
data is one of, yeah, main pushing factor for the growth, for the information whatever we do. So telecom will also grow, but tech and retail and tech combination, I see growth in Bhutan. But I don't know whether that investment level, the kind of level investment level Mr. Yasmi is looking would satisfy their investment appetite or not.
Right.
Hmm.
Um, for me, actually, my last question to you was, you said something very interesting about what you do with your shareholders. You said something about the family car. That was my last question. Tell us a little bit about shareholder value that you're driving through innovative methods of, getting them as part of a community.
Yeah, the concept is, I would say, is organic concept. We try to analyze and then in a small market where there's less customers, so an ecosystem has to be built. So we want to give the value to those customers who are already our shareholder. We are telling them before they invest. Our IPO pitching was on that ground as well, because whoever is our shareholder, we will be getting into this FMCG business, and they'll become our member, and then they'll be getting discounts. Their shares value will go up. The share market value will go up. At the same time, if we make profit, they'll get dividends. And we won't be stopping to that, because I told you that we would like to give them other facilities as well, like cross not only FMCG, we'll be getting into the passport business, we'll be getting into pharmacies. So the points that accumulate while buying those items can also be used in other, if you buy groceries and you earn some points, we call it Sherza coin. If you earn some coins, that
Yes, sir,
coins
fine.
can be redeemed in passport or in pharmacy. So we are trying to build kind of an ecosystem through that one. So those are the benefits that we are trying to give it to our shareholders.
Okay, amazing. We have a question from Rajesh Sin Prajapati. The question reads, it's really a nice idea to buy from your own investors company and get a dividend. How do you motivate the customers in such a customer centric competitive market?
I think this is the
We
same thing which, yeah, sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. Jurmay, continue. Continue.
please go ahead, Mr.
No, 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 continue.
Yeah, okay. We are telling that whoever's our shareholders, they can become our customers, but at the same time, the walk-in customers are welcome. They would be interested to come, because we will be trying to give them the best price. Our strategy is price leadership, not differentiation method, but price leadership. So over the period of time, we would like to keep prices low, at the same time make the segregation, and we are also trying to promote our walk-in customers to buy some shares. If a customer owns about 50 shares from us, so they'll be given a family card. They can buy the shares from the share market, and then the shares get divided. So these are the concept that we are putting in. And then recently, in the last few months, we have added some more shareholders to our list. Whoever has come as a walk-in customer, our cashiers are promoting the family card idea, and then we are trying to service them. Now, on the motivation part, as I told you, customer would like to see a clean, a clean place to shop. The availability is one issue, and then price. They look at it. They look at the price, and also the benefits. What kind of loyalty benefits they get. So we are giving them loyalty benefits. We're keeping our stores clean, and then we are keeping products available. Whatever products that they need, we are trying to keep make it available for them. So these are the things that we are trying to attract customers, whether they are shareholders or non-shareholders. So that's how we are trying to motivate. But shareholders, obviously, we would like them to shop from us. It's a benefit not only for the company that we are looking at. It's a win-win situation that we are trying to create here.
I think that's great. I think creating customer value, shareholder value, when that becomes, and it's so nice to see somebody speaking so passionately about it, because I think the focus is also more around doing this as an ecosystem rather than doing this as an individual. So congratulations on the entire model and the whole seamless customer journey experience you want to create through omni-channel marketing. I'm actually done with my set of questions. Ashish, if we have more audience questions, or if there is anything that you would like to add, let's get on with that segment.
Well, see, it's a public platform. We are streaming on YouTube and Facebook, so anybody can ask any questions. So we are just displaying these questions. So I can buy some shares. This is the one comment come from Jay. Okay, I don't know. I mean, see, Mr. May, this is the open platform. I'm telling you.
Only Buddhist citizen can buy our shares. It's a one of the smallest stock exchange in the world. Only Buddhist people can buy. I mean, Buddhist citizenship can buy.
Mr. J, so far you can go to the Bombay Stock Exchange and buy whatever share you want to buy. Okay, please leave them alone.
Yes.
So another comment came from Jennifer. Visit to Hyderabad. We will plan a meetup in Hyderabad, investors with you. Okay, so she's inviting you to Hyderabad. This is the one comment.
Maybe after lockdown,
Mr. Jurmay, you may have
probably
to get in touch with the Bhutanese government, and I think you can send an entire entourage of Invest in Bhutan people down, and I think we'll have enough interest for people to actually get this going. You can do a road trip of all the cities, or a road show.
Personally, I would like to go visit.
Road shows are done by our
like to go to Bhutan,
department. Yeah.
Next year.
Sorry.
No, I said I don't think Ashish wants Bhutan folks to come here, Jurmay. I think he wants to come there. He's very excited about the prospect of coming, interacting, and I think figuring out what these markets and all of these exciting investor opportunities are looking like. We will plan a meetup in Hyderabad investors. All right. Any other questions, Ashish? Or
no, these are the questions or questions so far with the question. You have any questions, or shall we wrap up?
So, that's what I was saying. I
would like to thank Jennifer for inviting me.
Yes, Mr. Jurmay, go ahead.
I would like to thank Jennifer for inviting me. Most probably, I've visited most of the places in India: Calcutta, Delhi, Mumbai, Agra, even to Gujarat. I've been to Gujarat, Vapi, GD, Maharashtra, MIDC. Those places I've been to, and then I've slept in some railway platforms as well during my earlier days. When we are doing some coal handling business. So I mean, I would be glad to visit India. It's such a colorful country that I have always enjoyed. In the beginning, it was a little bit scary and all, but later on, I really enjoyed, and I still enjoy traveling in India. So obviously, I would like to visit Hyderabad.
You should, and you should visit Bangalore as well if you haven't come before. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, this was the first in the series of Changemakers. We had Mr. Jurmay talk about his experience as an entrepreneur and building an omni-channel based marketing, empire or ecosystem, as he would like to call it, completely based on the ethos of building communities and ecosystems and creating shareholder and customer value. I think there's fabulous merit in looking at the way this is not driven by just an entrepreneurial streak, but also looks at community, society, and translates so much more into the customer experience overall. So congratulations and all the very best, Mr. Jurmay, for what you have started and for what is to come. Wishing you all the very best. And thank you once again for telling us so much more about the nuances of business in Bhutan. And thank you for taking all of the questions that were thrown at you. Some of them were curveballs.
Thank you, Shreya. Thank you, Ashish. And I also wish you all the best conducting such a wonderful program for the people. Now, the new normal says that so many new channels, new ways of doing things have come up. So I would like to wish two of you all the best, and I hope I might have I might have able to answer the questions of our viewers. Also,
in fact,
you guys.
In fact, I want you to be regular on OM TV and market Bhutan here. Expect so many other people from Bhutan, okay, such as digital marketers, entrepreneurs, bloggers. They should come and share their experience on OM TV. Okay, that's what I want from you, because the important thing which I learned here, happiness is not something that we can get or buy or sell. It's a feeling, a state that depends on any internal or external factors. Yes, of course, external factors depends on the policy of the country where we live. If you live in Bhutan, so the policies are like that only. So in this case, Bhutan is an excellent example for the other countries, as they should pay more attention to the happiness of their people, not on the wealth and the GDPs. This is the thing I wanted to say. And yeah, please. Yes.
Yeah, I would like to thank our viewers as well, and then also would like to request them to go easy on Bhutan. It's a very small country. Please don't have a huge expectation. We are trying our best, and then as a country, as a business, as a community, whatever, it's a small effort that we are trying to do, even when it comes to wildlife conservation, nature conservation, or whatever that happiness thing that we are trying to promote. It's we're just trying to put a small effort from our side. So I'd like to thank all the viewers as well for their questions, and thank you, Ashish and Sriya.
Don't worry, we Indians, if we love, we love. Okay, we expect a lot from everyone. Anyways, so it's time for the sponsors. First of all, thank you, Sushil, for the backend support and the direction. Sushil is in the is director of the show. He's in the backside. Okay, he's not coming over here. Anyways, so thanks, Shreya. Oh, Sushil is there.
Thank you, Ashish.
Okay. Okay.
My pleasure, Ashish. Always a pleasure to be on WOM TV.
And
thanks, Ashish.
Now time for sponsors also. Okay, hosting partner Visionary Technology Company that is in Nigeria. BTL partner Aryan Enterprises. Strategy partner Pillars Book. Consulting and digital partner that follows Digital Services Delhi. Marcom partner ThinkCom Marketing and Media Services Private Limited. Technology consultant Skyway Technology Nigeria. So at last, please invite your friends and family, especially students of marketing, join WOM TV and let the world know about your thoughts. So we'll meet at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. because not 7:30. 7:30 in India IPL dekhta hai, so we have to save the time because we don't want to lose Mumbai Indians or Chennai Super King to lose their viewers. ख्याल रखना पड़ता है अपने को. So we have shifted our program at 6 o'clock because due to IPL. Okay, kabhi kuch khayal rakho. So we'll meet at 6 p.m. next weekend on WOM TV. This is being played on Facebook and YouTube so far. अभी तो हम लोग Facebook and YouTube पे play कर रहे हैं. Future पता नहीं. So For this note, thank you. Thank you, Shreya. Thank you, Jurmay.
Thank you so much. A pleasure and honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashish. Thank you, Shreya.
Bye-bye
Good
and
night.
have a lovely evening, folks. Thank you so much for joining us.